Fifth letter, in unbearable pain. Many times, things don't go as expected, and I was frustrated. You may not have that kind of experience because you're still young, but a difficult day may come later in your life. I want to share how I got over it when things didn't go as expected. When I was in the military, some countries have military service obligations. Beatings and bullying were common. A month or two before I joined this unit, someone had even committed suicide, and the atmosphere was terrible. Everyone was my boss because I was at the bottom when I was there. If I look at my daily life, I woke up around 5 a.m. and polished other people's shoes. And I had to clean a lot of plates after every meal. And I had to remember the names and ranks of about 100 people. My boss had the power to make me remember everything. After a day's work, I was so tired that I fell asleep at night. But this was not the end. Sometimes, crazy seniors would take turns harassing their successors every night and preventing them from sleeping. Every day of my life was a series of hardships, and I couldn't complain about my pain and difficulties to anyone. I was constantly given heavy work and bullied, even though it wasn't my fault. Sometimes I was harassed even more because it was made up to be my fault. Sometimes when I'm too hard and busy, I lose my eyes to see my given situation objectively. So I fell into the delusion that this painful time would last forever, and I would never escape this miserable situation. If life is painful and circumstances are the cause, it is a good idea to get out of those circumstances. If a person is causing you pain, it is okay to distance yourself from that person. In normal circumstances, you can ask your parents, friends, or professionals for help. The question is, what is the wisest thing to do in a situation where you can neither get out of the environment nor run away? Dangerously, I was beginning to understand those who resorted to making extreme choices. Many people don't seem to be able to reason when such difficult and painful moments occur. But at that moment, the faces of my loving parents came to mind. And when I saw the seniors who came in before me, it seemed their life was improving. If you look at 1 Corinthians in the Holy Bible, you will find this verse. This too shall pass. Good or bad, it will pass sooner or later. Even if one day you are faced with a difficult situation that seems to have no answer, I want to tell you, this too will pass. I know it's hard to be strong, but I want to tell you that even if it's hard at first, you will get better if you persevere little by little over time. Then you can get up again and start walking forward. Embarrassment is similar. I could be ashamed for many reasons. It could be my fault, or it could be due to unavoidable circumstances. But I thought I would not do stupid things out of shame. This does not mean that I should be brazenly hurting others. If I did something wrong or hurt someone, it would be the right choice to reflect on myself and apologize. If it's not my fault, I must explain. And I have to be careful to not let that happen again. I may also face severe criticism from many others. In such cases, it is necessary to distinguish whether their accusation is rational or an expression of hatred. If most of the allegations are reasonable, I may be wrong. It seems wise to reflect on myself in such a situation, identify the problem, and apologize. However, when accusations are contradictory and out of context, they can become hate disguised as accusations. Some people hate others not because they are wrong, but because they can't stand their success. It would be better to ignore the hatred disguised as criticism, because sometimes sick people express their problems by biting others. So it's their problem, not mine. Don't take other people's problems as your own. And don't forget that you have a father and mother who love you more than anything else. You are everything to us. Think of how important you are. In summary, as I said in my last letter, I want you to work hard and be generous with yourself. Do not get frustrated or disappointed when you fail if you do your best. If you did something wrong or made a mistake, reflect on it and try not to make it a second time. Then it will not be a pointless failure, but a valuable experience that has taught you lessons. Have a good day.